Hello everyone, my name is MoltenMonsters, and today we have some more teasers for Dark Deception Chapter 5. These two new teasers released over the past few weeks are probably the biggest and most important teasers we've gotten for Dark Deception Chapter 5 so far, each one teasing a monster for the last few levels of the game. The first new teaser we got, which came out just a few weeks ago, shows all of the enemies from the previous chapters of the game melted and congealed together into a giant blob of flesh. In this blob, you can see the clowns from the carnival level, the monkeys from the hotel level, multiple members of the Joy Joy gang, the Dread Duckies, the Trigger Teddies, and the Gold Watchers, all fused together in this giant mound of flesh. As for what this could mean, I have a few ideas. Alright, so huge spoilers for Dark Deception Chapter 4 ahead. If you haven't played it, I would highly recommend you go do, because it is actually a really fun chapter with a lot of interesting gameplay. But towards the end of Chapter 4, it is revealed that Doug Houser's purgatory state is actually induced by him being an old man in a coma in a hospital who did some sort of satanic ritual to extend his life as his body lays there dying. Now, seeing that this creature seems to be the culmination of all of the monsters that we have encountered along the way, I would guess that this creature is going to be the boss for the final level of the game, level 12. Perhaps being a part of Malik's level in some way. Maybe not an actual enemy that chases you in that level, as I don't really see how that thing could move, but some sort of big part of Malik's end plan nonetheless. A literal culmination of all of Doug Houser's fears, anxiety, and sins in life as parts of his unconscious mind decay and mix together. In fact, most characters in the Dark Deception game do represent various aspects of Doug's fears and past experiences, as I said earlier, that have all been kind of mixed and melded together. So perhaps this red blob creature could be a kind of a metaphor for Doug's life and mental state as a whole, as the literal representation of his fears, guilt, and anxiety. Second teaser we got is an image of this clown girl who has a painted face with stars under her eyes, dyed hair, and is wearing some sort of robe adorned with flowers. Now, just looking at her, you'd think that she is going to be a part of some circus level or something of the like, but she is actually not. This clown girl's supposed to be part of a level called Prison Panic, which, judging by the name, I would guess takes place in a prison, which actually makes a lot of sense considering that that's really one of the only settings that we haven't had in Dark Deception yet, besides maybe like a forest or a graveyard. As for how this clown girl fits into the theme of prison though, I really have no idea. For a prison level, you'd expect some sort of twisted looking prison warden or zombie-like inmate, not a colorful harlequin like this, so I am definitely at a bit of a loss here. One other interesting thing to note about this image is that when you actually brighten it up, text underneath the image becomes visible. The text reads, "Set me free." As for what this could mean, I do have a few ideas. Normally, female characters in the Dark Deception game tend to represent either Doug's wife, Elise, or his daughter, Tammy. So perhaps this character could be the literal soul of his wife or daughter that we have to set free. Now, one last thing about this character is that we do know exactly which level this one is going to be for. A few days before this teaser was actually posted, Vince Livings tweeted that the next Dark Deception teaser reveal will be the name and main enemy of the 10th level of the game. So at this point, we know that there's going to be 12 levels total, and we know that level 9 is the Mannequins and possibly Puppet King, and we now know that level 10 is Prison Panic with this clown girl, which leaves level 11 and 12 unknown. However, as we've discussed in the past, it is likely that level 12 will be Malik's level with this giant blob creature, which then of course would leave level 11 for this strange insect tree monster that was teased a few months ago. So Dark Deception Chapter 5 does seem to be shaping up to be a really cool chapter, and if it continues to build and expand on the gameplay of Dark Deception, I think that it will end up being a very fun game. And Dark Deception as a whole, I think, has definitely added a lot to indie horror with not only its interesting story, but unique and fun gameplay. So that's pretty much all for this video. Honestly, Dark Deception Chapter 5 is looking pretty hype so far in my opinion. Honestly, I should probably tell you guys to go join my Discord server, so please go do that, because we really need some more members in there right about now. It's kinda dead, so please fix that. And, while you're at it, why don't you go follow me on Twitter, and like and subscribe and comment to boost that engagement, watch time, and all the other stuff that I pretend not to care about, and goodbye. I will see you in the next video.